Welcome to a special episode of Vinny B Presents. We're in a place here in Cartagena called La Boquilla. It's a little bit out of the city centre, and some of you might remember one of my first ever special guests early in my career on my channel. His name was Brayan. Brayan, come here, man. The fans have been missing you. Oh!
We are by La Boquilla. It's a important place, neighborhood, an area, district in Cartagena. It's a fisherman village, and one of the most important things with this neighborhood is we're still preserving our elders, like what our elders they used to do. And the best of this neighborhood is one of the areas in Cartagena where we can see the African diaspora. Diaspora. As we know, Cartagena, we're part of the slave trade. So most of the inhabitants in these places, in this area basically, they are all direct descendants of African slaves. So that's what makes this place even more important. Like, for example, we have here one of our friends, native from here, Alejandro, born and raised in this neighborhood, because one of the special things with this neighborhood or this area is what is surrounding us with all of the biodiversity, birds, all the trees and everything, the flora and the fauna. So he will take us first through all of this canal of water. These are the marshes of Cartagena. So we'll go all around those areas. He will be our gondolier. We'll be on a canoe, and we're gonna have some fun, you know?
Let's go do this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Lucy, you excited?
I'm so excited to get stuck in and explore the mangroves of Colombia.
So the economy in this area, it has been the same, but it has like some addition in the last 10 years, let's say, and it's all about this industry. Since Cartagena became as a hotspot for tourism, there are so many people interested for this kind of things, for what's going on, going to places where tourists, they don't go by themselves. Most of the people, they live from this business, this industry, like fishing, going through the ocean. And when the ocean is rough, when they are not allowed to go and fish in deep water offshore, they have to come like to this area. And this is the time, I said, when it's winter time in the northern atmosphere.
I'll say he's fishing. He's actually out fishing, and look who's gonna go out and join him, huh? How you feeling after the tour? Huh?
Amazing.
Of the mangrove swamps, huh?
Honestly, one of the best experiences in Colombia so far.
Feels like we're in proper Colombia. Brian just taking us through the town of Boquilla, you know, giving us a true different perspective of Cartagena, you know, meeting some real people. You know, you got all the glitz and the glamour and the bars, the restaurants in the old town, but Brian's going to take us through this through the town, place that you wouldn't usually come to. And so Brian, just give us a little talk through as we're going through, and tell us more about the people here of this town. Yes, we are in the area where most of these people, your labor, those are the people who earn the minimum wage. These are the characters who make this town so important. So those are the people, those are living outside of the wall. Those are the people who can tell us all the stories, our storytellers for all this scenario called La Boquilla. So we could continue seeing all this area, this district. It's not about entertainment, it's about to do the introduction of the city. So we're in a place basically no tourist has ever really been. The only way you can do it is if you're with Brian, and he's taking us through this street. It's a black community, Afro-Caribbean community, and he's just telling us all about the history. A lot of people in this area, they came from Cuba after the sugarcane industry collapsed in Cuba. A lot of them came here. So we're just walking through the streets.
And it's Halloween, so there's a bunch of kids out asking for the sweets. So yeah.
Yeah, man,
nice.
good atmosphere out here. Kids there just playing old school games, innit?
English.
Huh?
El juego, it's in English.
Old school arcades. They're talking like, this is like 80s, 90s. They're still playing.
Obviously they don't have no PlayStation, no Xbox. They've got classic arcade games. Amazing.
We're in an outdoor barber shop. My brother, let me tell you, if you don't have something, you just made it up. You don't need like a clipper, you only need a blade and a comb, and that's it. You know what it is?
A blade and that's
a
it.
Blade and that's it.
You just
and
start
you can
work.
do whatever.
Este es de LeBron James.
LeBron James.
What time is it, Lucy?
Dinner time.
See the coals burning there in the background.
La leña.
We are getting immersed in the Caribbean culture here in Colombia, coastline culture.
What are we? We're bubbling, 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 bubbling.
So last night we went to a restaurant in the old town in a commercial district called La Mulata.
Do you know what?
And it was expensive. There wasn't that much there.
Wasn't that nice?
Now we've come out here to La Boquilla, into the fisherman's district, mixing it with the locals, and look at this platter.
Look at this baby. It's almost so good I don't want to eat it because it looks so nice.
Shrimp, lobster, we have fish, we have two sides of seafood rice, real coconut rice. Check this out, check it out, check it out. The coconut rice that you guys are eating in the old town or somewhere in Colombia, touristic place, and the brown coconut rice is brown because it's caramel. That means it could be sugar or it could be Coke. FYI.
Por esa comida tan deliciosa. Gracias. Gracias.
You know what I love? There's no menu. They didn't ask you what you want. They just bring it because they know that everything's good. They just bring you the food, man. They just bring you the food. Let's do this. What's the verdict out here?
The best seafood I've ever had in my life.
Oh.
Huh?
Best seafood. Brian, you enjoying? Had a sick feed, fresh fish.
It was lovely.
Now we're just soaking up the culture, soaking up the sights. Tell us about what's going on out in the streets tonight, the atmosphere, the people.
Alright, as we know, it's Wednesday, but we're in this neighborhood, and when we are out of the old city of Cartagena, it's no matter the day, it's always this nice environment, people are having a good time, having a blast with their kids. As you see, all the kids wearing all these customs, and yes, we are in a popular corner of this area.
Yeah. Halloween.